Hi again, this is Rick with AmazingAccuracy.com, and today is March 2nd, 2012. It is currently 10:43 a.m. Chicago time. It has been a few weeks since I last talked about the SP 500 because basically there was just nothing I could talk about the SP 500 that would be new. The biggest problem with the stock market, my friends, of it moving higher and higher and higher on lower volume is just because, well, the guys in the Feds are printing money. They're printing money, more cash chasing too few assets. If you got all that cash, free cash flowing into the system, into the economy, where are you going to put it? You're going to shove it into stocks, and you're going to artificially inflate the stock market. So while we can anticipate market tops and bottoms by use of normal cycles, market cycles, and so forth, well, manipulation is a whole different animal. So there was really nothing more I can talk about but until now, because today, well, actually February 29th, we hit a very important price level. We did it again today. It's held, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. But first, I want to show you some price charts to show you where we are right now. Currently, you are looking at a monthly chart. That is a monthly chart of the S&P 500. You can see I have it here, month and the S&P. Each one of these price bars represents a complete trading month. Now, the cycle top was centered on January. That's this month right here that I'm highlighting. January 2012. That is where the center of the very top of the long-term cycle for the S&P 500 was due to occur. And what we see here is that prices had gone higher than January. Now, during January was the last time I was alerting everybody that we would start looking for a top in the S&P 500. And then from that point on, I had to sit and watch as the S&P 500 continued higher in February, which is not an easy thing to do when you are dealing with precision timing as we normally do within our membership. However, I kept the members informed, and I'm going to show you a couple of posts, for example, dealing with this subject. Anyway, as we know, turns can occur late or early by one price bar. All right? So whatever the time frame is that we're looking at, it would be plus or minus a price bar within that time frame. And in this case, once price went above the January high, then I was motivated to discuss this subject with my member traders and discuss how we would, of course, then be looking at February if this cycle turn is going to occur. If you look over here, by the way, you'll notice that February high of 1377 has just entered into this OB zone, this overbought zone here, and is at 270-degree move from the very bottom that was made in October 2011. That's each one of these squares represents a 90-degree move. For those of you who are familiar with the Gann square of 9 or price and time squaring and so forth, that's what this happens to be. And I just have it in this program, Provisions Charting Program, so I just plot it here, and it shows these little resistance levels. And you can see it just nailed that and held. And the interesting thing is over here on this daily chart, you'll notice that right here I'm highlighting February 29th, the very last day of February. The last day. I mean, this market went all the way up to 1377 till the last day. I mean, talking about pushing the envelope, you know, to make a monthly top in February. Let's go all the way up until the very last day. Well, prices went up to 1377 on February 29th, which was, what is that? That's Wednesday. And then it just dropped off hard from there. It went down, making a low of 1358 on the day. Well, yesterday it recovered and it closed up to 1374 and a half. But today, what happened today so far? Now it's only 10:49 right now, and the market's still going, doing its thing. But it went to 1377 earlier today and could not break 1377. So far, February remains the monthly high as the cycle top predicts within 1 bar. Remember? Okay, so on this short-term chart, it is still respecting 1377. Now, you saw the resistance here at 1377, but I want you to note here in something that I posted. Let me move this over here. This is the forum, the S&P forum, and you'll notice that on February 17th, the time and everything is listed right here, that I was discussing this major top expected, and I mentioned how the calculation, the exact month was for January, and we all know that prices went higher as we are now, or we were in February at the time I posted this. And so basically we're talking about we can be 1 bar off, and we've always known that. So if you come down here I'm just talking about these ETFs that I purchased to capitalize on the market going down, which I'm still holding because I knew that this market's going up based on all this money printing, but it just cannot continue to fight against nature itself, supply and demand, etc., etc. But look down here. Price-wise, there is resistance at 1377, and in overbought territory starts at 1375. Okay, which you'll see right here. There's that 1375 where this zone starts. Let me get my window back here. And then there's trend line resistance at 1396, and then the last line of resistance, which is, let's see, it says within the OB is 1418. It hit this first one here, 1377, and this is back on February 17th. So if you go back to February 17th, what was prices trading at back then? That's right here at 1361. So from when it was right here before we took that break, I posted this, and we were looking for that resistance area to be somewhere in this green zone, and 1377 was the first one I had calculated, and of course I utilized this squaring of price and time, excuse me, to get that value. So right now we have a very good probability of a double top here for February, March. Now I want to warn you that the market is held at 1377. That's called being very, very, very precise, right on February and right on the same price. Hey, if it goes over by 2-3 handles, don't freak out, okay? As far as I'm concerned, I would still be looking for this market to go down. But I just wanted to bring this up because of today's price action going after 1377 and just hitting a rock wall. Now, let's see. Let me take a look here at what's going on in trading right now. Okay, 1377 is still holding. It's currently trading at 1369. So it has moved down about 8 handles, or 9 handles. So it is currently moved away, and so the probability looks extremely high, folks, that we are going to get our monthly top. Now, what does that mean to have a monthly top? Well, let me go back to the monthly chart here. If you're going to have a monthly top, that means prices are going to start moving down to form one of these little babies here, like this one here or this one here, where you have your top, and then the next following month starts moving lower. That means we need to start looking for the stock market to likely start moving lower. And the low of last month, for example, is 1303. So the first thing I'm going to start expecting here is that we're going to be moving below 1303 within the next month or two. Okay, it may not do it in March, or it may. Okay, it might, but if not, then in April. But if this top is going to be a top, okay, and hold this 1377, it's got one place to go, and that is down, folks. All right. So I just wanted to let you know on this alert, because right now, this very moment, Okay, the S&P is still trading around 1368. So it's really early. The market has not been moving down on the daily chart. It's still in this upward pattern, but you can start planning whatever it is that you want to plan as far as your stocks are concerned. Uh, Perhaps you may want to consider looking into those ETFs like I was talking about, like SDS. That's the ticker. I'm still holding mine. They're down a little because I bought them over here when I last talked to you guys about this, but I've just went ahead and held it. It didn't make much difference because it's a stock. And so, and now in this case here, if it goes down to 1303, making a lower monthly low, well, then all those stocks that I bought, of course, are going to appreciate really, really nice. Okay, considering where I bought them up here and markets trading at 1350. Okay, well anyway, that's it on the S&P 500. You've got your alert. And you now know why I haven't posted a video on this for some weeks now, because there really wasn't anything to talk about until now. Now there's something to talk about, and let's see if we can see if this 1377 holds. That's what you want to keep your eye on, because right now that's some serious resistance, and it was pre-calculated in advance 3 weeks ago. Okay? Take care.